Hi, guys. So today we are going to talk about fiction stories. Can you say fiction? Fiction means it's not real. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to show you this fun little chart for us to talk about. It's over here. So if we look at this, it says fictions are made up stories. So are made up stories real? No, people are using their imagination to create all this fun stuff. So it's made up stories about characters. Look, we could have a girl, we could have a ghost or an alien or even a little boy or animals. A lot of our made up stories are animals that can talk. Do animals really talk? Can we understand what they're saying? No, it'd be awesome if we could. But so there are these made up stories about characters and places. Ooh, maybe our story takes place in a school with talking animals or in outer space. Or maybe it's in the forest and says once upon a time. Or maybe it takes place in the ocean. Then we have events. Maybe it's someone flying to outer space for a birthday party. Or maybe we're chilling at the beach or at a soccer game. So these are made up stories. Now, they could take place in a place that exists, like at a school. A school is a real thing. But if I have aliens in my school, is that real? No. So I'm going to read a story with you today, and we are going to listen to see if it's a fiction story. Now, our fiction stories are still going to have probably a problem that's going to happen, and the main character is going to have to figure out what is going on. So, as we read, I want you to see if you can pick out those parts of our story. So, my story today is the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Put your hands on your head if you've ever heard this story before. It's about three goats who are trying to cross a bridge to get to the sweet green grass on the other side. But they have a problem. There's a troll who lives under the bridge and he wants to eat them. That's not very nice. So let's go ahead and read our story. So this story is retold by, so he's not the person who really wrote this story, by Hugh Lupton. And it's illustrated, so the person that drew all the pictures is Sophie Fatis. Here we go. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there were three Billy Goats Gruffs. Once upon a time, there were three Billy Goats Gruff, and they were making a journey to the green hill where the grass grows thickest and sweetest. On their way, they came to a high bridge over a deep river. Under that bridge, there lived a knobbly troll as old and as cold as a boulder of stone. First of all came the youngest Billy Goat Gruff, lifting up his hooves and trip, trap, trapping over the bridge. The troll's ears twitched, his nose wrinkled, and his mouth opened. Who's that trapping over my bridge? It's only me, the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going to the green hill to eat and make myself fat. The troll licked his lips with his red tongue. I'm coming to gobble you up. Oh no, Mr. Troll. I'm much too small. Why don't you wait for the second Billy Goat Gruff? He's far bigger than me. Very well, grunted the troll. Away with you. So off he trotted, and soon he was nibbling the thick, sweet grass on the green hill. A little while later came the second Billy Goat Gruff, lifting up his hooves and trip, trap, trapping over the bridge. The troll's ears twitched. His nose wrinkled and his mouth opened. Who's that trapping over my bridge? It's only me, the middle-sized Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going to the green hill to eat and make myself fat. The troll licked his lips with his red tongue. I'm coming to gobble you up. Oh no, Mr. Troll, I'm much too small. Why don't you wait for the third Billy Goat Gruff? He's far bigger than me. Very well, grunted the troll. Away with you. So off he trotted, and soon he was nibbling the thick, sweet grass on the green hill. A little while later came the third Billy Goat Gruff, lifting up his hooves and trip, trap, trapping over the bridge. The troll's ears twitched, his nose wrinkled, and his mouth open. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? It's only me, the biggest Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going to the green hill to eat and make myself fat. The troll licked his lips with his red tongue. I'm coming to gobble you up. But the biggest Billy Goat Gruff lowered his head and said, come along, Mr. Troll, and gobble your fill. I've got 2 horns as sharp as thorns that'll toss you over the hill. And when the troll came clambering up over the side of the bridge, the billy goat charged and caught him on the sharp prongs of his horns. And he tossed his head so that the troll was thrown high up into the sky and then hard down onto the ground, far beyond the green hill. And that was the end of him. And as for the 3 Billy Goats Gruff, if they aren't fat yet, then they're munching still at the thick, sweet grass at the green hill. And that was the end of that story. So, some things we can look for to remember, was this a fiction story? Put your hands on your head if you thought that was a fiction story. Why was that a fiction story? Well, for starters, it started off kind of like a fairy tale. It said, once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goat Gruffs. Now, could there maybe be 3 Billy Goat Gruffs that are brothers? Yeah. But are we going to be able to understand them and talk with them? Probably not. And what about trolls? Are there trolls that live under our bridges? No. So we can remember that this was a fiction story. It is fake. It's not real. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do now. After you listen to our story that I just read, you're going to come over here and we're going to go to Seesaw. And you're going to click on your activity. And this is what it looks like. It says, I know this story is fiction because it has. Well, why do you think it's fiction? Remember everything we talked about. It had characters, it had a place, they had a problem to solve. Oh, and I know that the animals were talking to each other and that there was a troll and that, all those things happened in this story. And it said once upon a time, all those things were telling us that this is a fiction story, that it's not real. So I want you to pick one of them and write it in. If you want to write with this, you could write with the pen, or you could type it in with the T, or you can press the microphone and record yourself. Up to you guys, okay? All right, I can't wait to see you add onto my sentence about if my story was fiction and why you know that. All right, bye guys.